Good afternoon and welcome back to Cardiff for live coverage of the Netball Europe Open Championships. I'm Zara Bark, and so far we've seen all our teams, England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland and our visitors Fiji, in action here at the Sport Wales National Centre. If you have enjoyed the coverage so far, then don't fear, as we're bringing you live coverage of every match across social media and BBC Sport. So wherever you are around the world, I hope you enjoy our netball coverage from now until Sunday, when the Netball Europe champion will be crowned. And please do join in the conversation on Twitter. We do love hearing your tweets, and I'll be reading some of them out later on in the game. Our event hashtag is NEOpen, so that's hashtag NEOpen. So what a fantastic start to Netball Europe Open Championships. Joining me here for this game is Nats Pepperell. How are you, Nats?
I'm good, thank you. I'm very excited about this game. How are you?
I'm very well. So to recap what happened this morning, the England Roses faced the Scottish Thistles. The final score was 61-48. So we're just minutes now from our next fixture. Fiji will play the host team Wales, and joining me is for you to talk to me about, you've been here in action, you watched the games yesterday. What were your thoughts on Wales and Fiji?
Yeah, I mean, both Wales and Fiji lost yesterday, so they'll both be keen to put out a good performance and try and come out with a win today. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting one, I think. Fiji were quite a physical team. They bring a different start to this tournament, a very exciting team to watch. We could almost see them building in their players. They got on throughout the game, so they're developing all the time. And Wales didn't put out their greatest performance yesterday. They'll know that, but if we know anything about the Welsh spirit, they do not give in. So they'll be coming back with force, fighting for this win today.
Fighting spirit, I like the sound of it. Yeah. Wales and Fiji are so close in the world rankings. We've got Wales, they've just recently taken 7th place in the world rankings. That's the team's highest ever place in the INF world rankings.
Yeah, and switch places with Fiji actually, so it's quite apt, this game today.
So it should be a very exciting game ahead. The teams are just signing up, ready for the country's national anthems. So Fiji, ranked 7th, but slipped to 8th place.
Yeah, they've been off the world stage since 2015. They had their first games back against South Africa in a test series over there recently, so this is sort of their comeback.
Wales will be wanting to impress on home soil against Fiji. So, the teams.
So lining up for us today for Fiji. For goal shooter, we have Rusifakula. That's Melania. For goal attack, we have another Rusifakula, Maria. For wing attack, we have Therika Sovu. For centre and captain for Fiji, we have Wangatambu. As wing defence, Davavu. At goal defence, Newai. And at goalkeeper, we have Kahatoka. For Wales, starting at goal shooter today, we have Georgia Rowe. Starting at goal attack, new in, finished the game yesterday, we have Sarah Llewellyn. At wing attack, we have Bethan Dyke. At centre for Wales, we have Kyra Jones. At wing defence for Wales, their captain, Susie Drain. At goal defence, we have Nia Jones. And at goalkeeper, we have Kelly Morgan.
Nats, you have a big part to play in the under-21 Wales squad, a number of which are coming out to play today. How important is this game for those girls?
Oh yeah, every game at the moment is important. Everybody looks at it as a big picture, but there's also like the individual tournaments. And this tournament, Wales take this tournament very seriously. They'll be, like I say, they'll be disappointed in yesterday. And although we talk about the Commonwealth Games and we talk about the World Cup coming up, but actually, they want to do the best they can and come the highest they can in this particular tournament. So this is the initial focus. And it's great that the likes of Sarah Llewellyn, Fern Davis, I know she's been a part of the setup for a while, but she's still a youngster. And Christina Shaw, what a comeback for her this season. I mean, she didn't make the squad for the Netball World Cup. She's been playing out at Bath under-21s this year. She's been working hard. I believe she's playing for Exeter University. And she just came to under-21s trials recently, absolutely smashed it. Training for the senior side and has now made the Netball Europe team. I mean, it's just amazing story. So great inspiration for any of those youngsters watching out there.
And they've got some more experienced players on court as well.
We've got 2 umpires today, are Sarah Watts and Anso Kemp. Anso Kemp's from South Africa, Sarah Watts from the UK, and James Thomas is the reserve.
We're just minutes from the start, and we are underway here at the Sport Wales National Centre.
That's great movement to start off with from Sarah Llewellyn. It's really important. Yesterday I think we were a bit stuck, especially in that attacking end, just a bit static sometimes, and that speed really entering straight away is good to see. You can see them trying to work it round circle edge, and just how she pulls at the front there, just opening that back space for Georgia Rowe.
Can Wales get the first goal of this game? Speaking to the umpire there. And
it was great seeing Kahatoku yesterday, the goalkeeper for Fiji. She goes for so much ball. She's really exciting. But it's nice that Wales have got the first score. I'm not biased.
Not at all.
A little bit.
What do we know about Fiji and their style of play?
They're quite a strong physical team, and they've obviously got Vicky Wilson in charge as their coach, who's an ex-Australian and one of the legends of the game. So they've got a bit of an Aussie style as well to them at the moment, but I think their physical presence more than anything. You can see they get hands over stuff, they're strong in the air, they're strong competing for the ball.
Lovely shot by Rowe there.
She'll be glad to be getting the first couple of shots in.
2-0 to Wales.
Good vision. This is a great start for Wales.
Fantastic start. Fiji just trailing 3 goals behind at this current stage of the first quarter.
We're just getting held up a little bit off circle edge at the moment. Just the pressure of the defence from Wales. You can see arms over. Real strong man-on-man. Wales do man-on-man defence really well.
To Fiji's captain into goal shoot.
Footwork call there on the goal shooter.
Kaya Jones just there.
The speed between Sarah and Bethan Dyke. Such a great fake pass there from Sarah. Drew the defence off. Knowing that Fiji have flighty defence, they'll have done their homework on that. Fake that pass, and then that just opens up the goal shooter. That's really clever play. And again, there's the fake.
Oh, well intercepted by Fijian goalkeeper.
And that's what Kahataku was doing really well yesterday. You know, she was learning throughout the game. She's obviously quite a young player. And she develops throughout. It's really exciting to see, and really exciting for the coach that they can make those decisions on court without the input.
A couple of younger Fijian players also who represented Fiji at the under-21 Netball World Cup here playing today.
Yeah, and they did really well at the under-21s, coming out with 4th place.
Just misread. Picked up by Wales. To the captain, Drain.
Yeah, it's a nice backline setup. Nia Jones just setting up the screen there to open up Susie Drain.
Nia Jones has played for international football and netball. Recently switched to the netball to focus on her netball internationals. Put through the net by Georgia Rowe.
There's so much more pace today, and so many more options to the ball. That centre pass, there was looking once, looking twice, 3rd option, and even went back to the 4th option. Those options just coming through and moving off. Just seems more confidence.
How much more relaxed do they seem in this first quarter compared to yesterday?
Yeah, I'm not sure whether it's relaxed, just more confident, you know? Like yesterday there was just a lot of hesitation on giving the ball, and thought the option would be there and we wouldn't give it. And today, so far, touch wood, it just seems to be flowing a bit more.
Shot by Sarah Llewellyn there.
Bit of a fight there between the goal attack and the goal defence.
Tightly marked by the Fijian defence.
The Fijians as well, they have such strong armers over. They just need someone at the back to run on the ball once they force that lifted ball.
All well picked up.
Yeah, an unfortunate miss. But again, when you've got Kahataku in front of you jumping, and she's already a tall player as it is, it's quite a pressure to shoot over.
Wales into Llewellyn. Nicely done.
Yeah, clever of Llewellyn there, just hold the ball, get the jump, get it out the way, and then just shoot. Nice and calm and composed.
Haven't had a goal yet from Fiji. What do they need to do?
I think just, passing through the court, it's just a few errors at the moment, isn't it? Wales, to be fair to them, have come out fast and are making it quite difficult. I think just look after the ball when you've got it. I think they're trying to probably keep up with the pace, and they just need to play their own game, really.
Wales definitely have that fighting spirit, as you said, Nat.
Yeah, some physical battles going on there, one-on-one. You can see as well, Wales are running on everything quite hard at the moment. If Fiji just throwing a couple of fakes, try and draw that defence to go on the first option, and then it can just open up the back space.
Got the two Fijian sisters, Afa and Maliana Uzvakula there, taking Fiji to 1 goal, to Wales 9 goals.
The contact call, that battle's been going on for a bit actually, so it's interesting that it's been picked up on.
Into Firkasova. Fiji's penalty. Can they get a second goal in this moment?
Oh, such fast feet from Nia Jones there to run round and just put pressure on that pass.
To Drain, to Jones, nicely down that baseline. Well worked in that D.
Yeah, again, so much better structure. We've got top and pocket from the two mid-quarters. You goal attack, running the base, just pulling off the defence. It's just textbook really, but they're doing it really well and letting the ball go.
Oh, intercepted, lovely.
There's definitely more energy in the crowd today as well. Definitely more energy in the Sport Wales arena.
It's a great atmosphere here as well. Wales playing on home soil. Lots of fans here supporting Wales and Fiji. Don't forget you can get involved with the conversation using the hashtag NEOpen. If you've got any questions you'd like to ask Nats here, then please get in touch. We would love to hear from you.
And we'll try and answer them.
Very tight in that defence and attacking D. Georgia Rowe holding lovely.
Yeah, much better angles from Georgia Rowe today. Just making sure it's back to back. You've got to make sure that you're not sort of front on with those defenders, and just Sarah Llewellyn just seeing the space and popping it up.
Did you see Wales having a comfortable lead in this first quarter, Nats?
To be honest, I wasn't 100% sure how the first quarter was going to go. I would like to say that I would have thought Wales would come out with a win, but you know, we've seen so many games like this before. It might be 12-1 now, and it might sound like a strong lead, but it's the start. And yesterday we saw scores, you know, ebbing and flowing. 8-goal runs, 6-goal runs, so it's definitely never over yet. So I don't really want to speak too soon. And Fiji are a quality side, you know, they're learning. Like,
beautiful from Georgia Rowe there.
The goal defence is only a fraction of a second off that.
Llewellyn and Rowe just knowing where each other are. Great vision from the attacking side.
This is where the small errors you just hope don't start to creep in. We saw quite a few small errors from both teams yesterday in both games. And that's generally nerves to start off with, or pressure and feeling that pressure. Just hope that they don't start to creep in. More contact calls being called today. Just see the umpires trying to keep control of the game. Just good to do that really early on. It just keeps it nice and safe. Makes the players understand what the umpiring calls are going to be.
Is there an element of the fact that Fiji are a tight man-on-man, so would the umpires for that reason be, even more hot on it?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're both tight man-on-man, to be fair. If you watch a great pair in the battle between the Welsh goal defence and the Fijian goal attack, so Rusifakula and Jones, that is a really strong battle going on there between both of them. And it's both quite physical, so it's good when it's like that, but they do need to make sure that they keep it safe. There's a fine line between contest and contact, and it's just making sure that we keep those lines, because it's very easy to get overexcited.
Just under 5 minutes left of this first quarter.
That's a good shot there by the goal attack.
Wow.
One of the Rusifakulas. It's fantastic that there's 3 of them. One of them obviously not in the lineup, we think potentially due to injury, but an aunt and 2 sisters. Amazing.
Wow. Keeping it in the blood, that's what we like to see. A couple of the Welsh girls on the sideline. We've got Chelsea Lewis, Christina Shaw, who had her first cap yesterday, just warming up. There'll be some potential swaps.
Yeah, I mean, if they keep a strong lead, then it's important that you try and get players on, keep players rested, because it's a long tournament, and when you've got physical games and it's there's no rest in between, it does become quite tiring on players, so it's important that you get to change them around.
Just been a fall from our goal attack from Fiji, Rukasavukula, but she's up and about.
It's good movement there by the shooters. One pulling base, one pulling top. Just opening up, gets the contact call.
Another shot, great shot by Fiji. Slowly pulling it back. Oh, well intercepted.
They're just hanging on to that ball a little bit too long, really. She's seen the option. She wants to give the option. She hasn't quite decided whether to give it or not, and then gives the option that she's looking at. And by that point in time, the defence know where it's going to go, and that allows them to take their feet round. So I'd like to see Fiji just let them go with the ball a bit more and having a bit more confidence, because they're getting into spaces. They just need to utilise it.
Llewellyn.
Nice ball in his pocket. You can see Georgia Rowe trying to set up a screen nice and early on.
Back to Drain, creating some space.
It's clever play by Llewellyn. She's playing for that, holding that space, and the goal defence just getting frustrated trying to get round her. And it's difficult as a defender. Sometimes you feel like you're trying to push to get through, and actually they've just got to take their feet off and take their feet round. Great strong mark by Kyrie Jones.
Great pressure from Wales. Just making it so hard for Fiji. There's a big battle going on between Wales goalkeeper and goal shooter. It's very tight in that D, and she's got it. So there's 10 goals between Fiji and Wales at this point. Just under 2 minutes left.
Oh. So I know the crowd are making quite a lot of noise about that, but that's 2 players going for the ball, and that happens, and they're both back up on their feet. It's great to see that level of contest.
Who said netball didn't have moments of contact and contest?
Yeah. I mean, Bethan Dyke will go for everything. It runs in the family. Her sister's an under-21 player, Chloe Dyke, and she's the same. She's not going to give in.
Drain to Jones, to Llewellyn.
Clever play in the front. Georgia Rowe just pulling off the back, creating the space.
Just very close.
And then just standing in front as well of that goalkeeper to stop the jump, because she does have a very good jump on her. It just takes a little bit of pressure off you, shooter, really.
Wales looking very comfortable. And umpire calls.
Bit contact on the edge of the circle.
Just over the top of Georgia Rowe.
Yeah, just not holding enough space there. They were both shooter and goal attack quite close together and weren't really clear on where that space is, and it's really important that you make it very clear for your feeders so they know where to put the ball. This is better to see them actually giving the ball, letting it go and through to a shooting position. Nice play, Fiji. Some great cheers from the crowd. I'm loving the Fijian support. 15 seconds to go. They want the ball back. Give us the ball.
Fiji turning over. There's a bit of a tumble between Wales and Fiji there.
Yeah, just Kahatoku wanted the ball back because obviously there's limited time left. Georgia Rowe not giving it quickly, and just a bit of frustration creeping in, you know. The last goal is quite important because it can make a difference between 10 and 11 goals.
Fantastic passage of the play there.
That's a really, really exciting start. It's great to see from, obviously from a Welsh perspective, that they're firing so well today, so quick, so fast. There's so much excitement going on. And Fiji, you know, they're coming back. They've started to come back already. They've started to give the ball. They're obviously going to get great words of advice now from Vicky, their coach. And I'm excited to see what they're going to bring in the second half.
What sort of things would Vicky Wilson be saying to Fiji right now, do you think?
I think just confidence, you know, just let the ball go. You just got a little bit hesitant on some stuff. When they started driving hard into those pockets as well and stopped playing the lateral, because to start off with they were playing a lot of lateral ball and sort of sitting quite high. Just keep punching into those pockets, sending the ball, and just have the confidence. And what's interesting is they've seemed to have reined the goalkeeper in a bit today, Kahatoku, because yesterday she was going on a lot of flies and we were getting quite excited because she was getting so close to them. And I think now she's obviously been reined in a little bit and we're not necessarily seeing that. And I think I'd like to see more of that from her, because she was getting close to them. It's just a judgment call, and it's difficult as a coach. How do you balance that? You've got a player that really wants to go. You don't want to bring them back so much that they don't go, but at the same point in time, nobody wants to leave their goal shooter high and dry under the post.
Will there be some substitutions at the end of this first quarter? Wales 17, they lead. Fiji trailing behind with 6 goals.
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be fair, that I'd change anything from either teams at the moment if I was them. I think I'd probably let it play out. Like I say, Fiji seems to be learning really well as they go on. And the Welsh side are working well at the moment. They've made massive improvements, and it's important that we reward players that make improvements as well, and that come on, because everyone's fighting for their position. They're playing as a squad, but actually they're fighting for their position on the team as well. No one wants to be on the bench.
This is a fantastic opportunity for coaches and staff to see how the girls play today for the likes of the Commonwealth Games in 2018 and the World Cup after that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you want to win every game. I mean, for the athletes, some of them may have Com Games in their mind, some of them may have the World Cup in their mind, but I guarantee most of them are actually thinking about winning this game. That's their first and primary focus, and then making sure they're on the court for the next game as well.
Wales, will they be looking for that first or second spot here?
Yeah, you know what? I'm pretty sure that they will have come into this competition. My guess, not my educated guess, but my guess literally would be that they would have been focusing on second place. The loss to Northern Ireland blows it a little bit apart, because it now depends on, they've got to go out hard against Scotland and England, and and hopefully do a good performance and try and win both of those, because otherwise obviously they're not going to hit that second place. But I mean, all credit to Northern Ireland. Yesterday they played really well.
Northern Ireland play England in our next game, which is at 8 o'clock. Many people getting involved on Twitter. It's great to see. We've got Lisa Julia Kidner says, excellent first quarter from Wales.
Jess Colwell from Bodmin Netball is actually from my team back home. She's not shouting out for Wales, she's shouting out for our first home game. You need to shout out for Wales or for Fiji, Jess. This is Netball Open.
Come on, Jess. Alice Pearce says, gutted I can't be there, but supporting the girls back at home. Let's smash this, Wales.
Janice Morano sat down ready to watch, loving Netball Europe Open. Janice is actually from Gibraltar. We've got one of the umpires is from Gibraltar as well, and Janice does a lot in Gibraltar for netball, so plays, coaches. Hi, Janice.
Gibraltar, one of the 11 countries associated to Netball Europe.
Yeah, they work really hard as well, Gibraltar, on their development, and they've been putting out some great performances recently, climbing the rankings. They're definitely an exciting side to be watching.
And we're off again. The second quarter of this game, Fiji versus Wales.
So early on, there's definitely no changes for Wales, which was what we were expecting anyway. Strong defence there from Fiji, forcing the reset nice and early. They need to challenge that front ball on Llewellyn, because she will take the ball and she will shoot it.
Great stuff from Wales, great start to the second quarter.
Oh, good fight by Nia Jones there. Just a change of direction there needed by the goal attack, and that's what we were talking about before. Also, not just the fake pass, but actually you need to change direction on a defender that's going to run hard on you. Again, great defence by Fiji, just forcing that ball back. They've stepped up their defence now on that mid-court, but still allowing Sarah Llewellyn to get that front ball. And she's such a threat because she can shoot from distance. Oh, breaking call there by the wing attack, which gives Wales another chance, and that's the kind of thing you can see from Vicky's expression on the bench. That's the kind of thing she'll be wanting them to cut out. You really want to make sure you try and capitalise on your centre passes, because you get the ball 50% of the time. You need to be scoring off them.
Big shout out to the Welsh mascot. Where is the Welsh mascot?
I don't know. He was hugging someone in the crowd earlier on.
He was milling around. His name is Dewi. Fiji just resetting.
Nice little rotation there by the goal defence and wing defence.
Just a little bit of contact by Llewellyn.
Just really strong defence by the Welsh side, but just need to clean it up a little bit. Make sure they get the interception as opposed to the contact calls. Jones getting called at the edge gives them a 2-on-1 in the circle, and they capitalise off that. Good shot. That's a better movement from the goal attack. So she started it off the third line that time, just doing some prelim work to make sure she was free.
Good chase by Llewellyn. Oh, just to the top of her fingers. Great reach though.
Yeah, and good jump height. Just that's the kind of thing that can sometimes dent the confidence then and stop them from giving the ball. So it's nice to see them giving it. Just now needs to be accurate.
Intercepted.
And that's the flies that we were talking about, that going out the circle. She's such an exciting player, and it's so nice to see. Keep going.
We'll see her progress again and again throughout this game, no doubt.
Yeah, such an exciting player. I really like her.
Fiji slowly bringing this gap
there
back.
She goes again, but that's the problem. That's what she opens up. Can we get the goal defence running onto that and getting there? She's close. She's going in so she can see it. Or the goalkeeper just needs to hold out and go a little bit later.
Just that timing.
Yeah.
But like we say, Fiji, the senior side, hasn't played together for a couple of years now, so they'll definitely be learning throughout this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. It's difficult because competition makes such a huge difference, being able to play week in, week out at a good level. I mean, again, personal opinion, I think we've seen that in the recent quad series in Australia where England did so well, and I think, you know, you've got so many players in that are playing out in ANZ. I think it makes a huge difference having that level of competition week in, week out. And we see the development of Scotland as well. Now they've got the Scottish Sirens. It just does help teams to have that competition, and so Fiji have been missing that, and that's, I think, why you can see so much development in a short space of time. Oh, this is better. This is quick. I'm getting excited.
Dynamic play from Fiji. They've picked up from that first quarter.
Absolutely, and that's what we want to see. You know, that's what's going to win them the game. Then they're not going to win it by sitting back. They've got to give the ball, fight for the ball, change direction.
Took them a little while to warm up, but they're still in this. Just under 10 minutes left of this second quarter before half time. Is that?
I was going to say, if she doesn't get back up, then it's definitely serious, because that is a player that will get up from pretty much anything.
Very versatile player, Nia Jones.
Just see on the bench at the moment that Chelsea Lewis has moved up next to the coach, Trish Wilcox, so potentially we might be seeing a change there. They seem to be pointing and gesturing and making lots of hand signals, so they're obviously talking about something specific that she wants Chelsea to do, so that should be an interesting change to the game in a bit.
Chelsea Lewis likely to come on as goal attack or goal shooter, would you think?
I want to say goal shooter, but I'm not sure where she'll come on. She obviously played both goal attack and goal shooter yesterday. Sarah Llewellyn seems to have taken a bit of a knock as well, so I guess we'll see.
Great shot by Fiji. Umpire's just bringing it back.
It didn't count.
Thea Kosova.
Again, they just need to keep it clean because they're putting a lot of pressure on. If you keep it clean, you're going to get the interceptions.
Susie Drain there, the captain.
Oh, well held, Cara Jones. Good shot. Wing attack's working hard there to get free, and they've just not seen her. She's hit that pocket 3 times.
Fiji just being marked very tightly by the likes of Nia Jones.
So they're challenging that front ball now as well more. Just another contact call. You see goalkeepers just got an eye out, forcing the lifted. Nice shot there by Georgia Rowe. Oh, lovely change direction by the wing attack. This is where they just need some depth. So you can see that Wales are holding them up, and they end up with 5 players just by that transverse line. And then goes offside. They've just got to have some penetration, you know, someone to draw, break up that defence.
All about creating some space.
Yeah, great athleticism there by the wing defence to keep that ball in. And that's the inspiring stuff as well. You can see them now getting the ball down a bit quicker. When someone in your team does something that's quite inspiring and manages to hook a ball in, or one of those wow moments, it just lifts the team as a whole. Good structure there.
Fiji on a roll. It's a nice dynamic between the two sisters. Fiji.
Yeah. I guess if you've grown up together, hopefully you'd know each other quite well.
Those connections and that, you know, that bond is definitely going to put them in good stead for a great partnership in the D.
Yeah, I mean, we talk all the time in netball, don't we, about that communication, and I think at a lower level it's always has to be like hand signal or verbal, but actually eye contact, knowing your structure, knowing where your player is going to be is just as important.
Wales will have that and will be aiming for that more over the coming year. Many Welsh players have signed and are already playing for Celtic Dragons.
Yeah, we've had, I think, Nia Jones has signed already. I'm trying to go through in my head who it was now.
Lee Mosley.
That's it, Caroline Mosley. Georgia Rose come back from Team Northumbria as well. So there's a lot that have come back to the Celtic Dragons setup.
And why is that? Why would they be joining Celtic Dragons? Why would they be moving back, onto sort of home soil?
It could well be because the Commonwealth Games coming up. It could well be that they just absolutely love the Celtic Dragons and the setup. Just an injury there on court. Hopefully she's okay.
It's a Fiji goal defence. No way. Looks like.
With the injury rules, she has to call time. If she calls time, then she has to leave the court, which means we will see a new goal defence for Fiji.
Great cheers and great support from everyone here at the Sport Wales National Centre.
You know what? The Fiji squad and all of their supporters are so lovely. It's just, you see them anywhere, they'll say hi to you, they'll give you a hug. They're genuinely lovely people.
Can't wait to
really
meet
nice.
one.
Yeah, just go down the corridor. And they're in such good spirits as well.
Well, it's exciting for Fiji since it's their first time here at the Welsh capital playing. We're starting again.
So just confirmations of the changes from this quarter. I know it's a bit late, apologies for that. The two Rusifakulas just did an interchange of positions, so the one that was playing goal shooter went to goal attack and vice versa. And then we also have Sawana, who came on at wing defence, which means Devavu went to the bench. When we find out the new position for the goal defence that came on, we will let you know.
Just under 5 minutes left. Oh, lovely ball, and quickly just popped it into the net. And a high five there from the Fijian attack.
Yeah, it's good to see that support from all players on court, especially your shooters, just giving each other that recognition and keeps your spirits positive. This is a great fight back though from Fiji. And this is what I was hoping for, keep this game alive, keep that spirit going. And it can be on a 10-goal game, 12-goal game, it's still anyone's game.
It certainly is.
Fiji in the first quarter is shooting at 100%. They get the ball, their shots are going in. And the noise level now from the crowd as well is just lifted.
Suddenly just brought up the level. It's really great to see so many people here and all our viewers at home who can watch all this live coverage on the BBC Sport and social media sites.
Yeah, it's fantastic that it's so available for everyone to see, and some good level games as well.
It's great for everyone. We're all seeing this fantastic netball at such an international, supreme level. It's just a little taster before next year's Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, great play there by the goal attack, just backing up, getting herself close to the post. And you can almost feel the pressure now. I mean, Wales are ahead by 11 and they're in their home ground, but Fiji have brought the pressure from that noise from the crowd. I wonder whether they can feel that on court.
Oh, well picked up by Nawe.
That's the thing, you need to make sure that you've got the screen on those defenders when you shoot, because they don't miss those rebounds. They really jump, they've got some great elevation. Oh, unlucky Kelly Morgan there, she saw the fly, and great by the centre. She could have sent that ball straight away, and Nia Jones was coming for the fly. She held on to it, let her go past and then sent it in. That's great play by the Fijians.
Fantastic timing from the captain of Fiji, Mankantungu.
Oh, unlucky there, just trying to create some stuff, but unfortunately doing footwork in the process. Wales need to just settle now and try and take this to goal. There has been a change for Wales. Susie Drain has come off from wing defence, and we've got Fern Davis on now as the new wing defence. Oh, beautiful drive into the circle by Sarah Llewellyn.
Lovely stuff. Fern Davies, a very exciting player, represented Wales in Gaborone this year at the Netball World Youth Cup.
Yeah, she's very experienced. She's been playing Celtic Dragons for a few years now, and she brings some great interceptions onto the court. You know, as a wing defence, she's flighty. She comes out with ball that has been on the other side of the court, and she seems to come out with it. She's a very good player. Oh, another small mistake there by the Fijians, just as they're starting to pull back, and a breaking call means losing the centre. And Wales just take it through so much quicker than yesterday.
Llewellyn takes it. Some great passages of play from Wales.
And Sarah Llewellyn just stepping in front so that if Georgia did miss, they could get the rebound, but no need for that. Georgia Rose slots it in nicely.
Just the last 30 seconds or so before half time.
Trying to do a back screen there, but
all well caught.
Very agile. That's
Right,
not an easy thing to do. She made it look easier than it is.
Fantastic play and great stuff.
Again, by Llewellyn just playing the front. The back player has to challenge that, and so therefore she's come off, and that gives Georgia Rowe the angle one-on-one. Great play. Holding time to make sure we get this centre pass out. 5 seconds to score. Wales will be trying to hold it up.
Can Fiji just get this in? And they've done it!
Oh my gosh, what a great shot!
Fantastic timing, and that takes Fiji to 18 goals. Wales are in the lead with 31 goals, and it's half time. Nats, what are your thoughts so far?
Oh, you know, that second quarter definitely is exciting. I'm so glad that Fiji are improving every quarter, because at the start of that game it could have been a blowout. You know, we were stood here talking at 12-1 going, what's going to happen? And now it's 31-18, so actually we're not too much difference from that score early on. So they've kept fighting back, and you know, there's still a game in this. They could still come back from this. Wales brought so much speed. It's just amazing, really exciting.
So just got a few minutes now before we restart the game. Fiji on the bench just having a rest. Everyone enjoying back home on Twitter. I hope you're enjoying the game so far and this coverage. And joining me now, we have Sarah Jones, the Chief Executive of Wales.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. It was a tight second half there, got a bit more competitive towards the end.
Absolutely. Who's been your standout player for Wales in this first half?
Do you know, I think it's quite difficult to pick. They've come out guns blazing today, which is an improvement definitely on yesterday. So yeah, I'm not gonna give the game away on what I think on that one. But much better cohesion between the team, much faster level of play today, and Fiji stepped it up in that second half as well, second quarter rather.
It's been a great game to watch. Wales have a comfortable lead at the moment.
Yeah.
How important is this event for Wales?
It's very important, you know, for us to work collaboratively with Netball Europe is really important, and to be able to host England, you know, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and bring in our invitational team, Fiji, is great for Cardiff, you know, to bring people to the capital city. But also, actually, if you watch the level of netball that's been going on for the last 2 days, it's actually really high, which can only bode well for us as a European region. So incredibly important, and we're delighted to be able to host today.
You are exactly like you say, the host. How exciting is it for all the young women and young children coming here and being able to watch their Welsh stars in front of their eyes?
Yeah, it's so important, you know, in terms of inspiring the next generation to come in and play the sport. This is vital. You know, our vision as an organisation is to grow the game, inspire success, and it's these kind of events that actually come along and do that. And you can see, you know, there's a lot of young supporters here in the audience. You know, they're all here, you know, and it replicates through in the Super League big season as well. You have all the fans here, the community engagement. These are critical. They are absolutely critical for inspiring that next generation to play.
Ranking points at stake here over the course of this weekend.
Yeah.
Wales have just gone up a place. They're now 7th in the world.
This was amazing for us to pick up last week. We thought there was a possibility, so when it was all confirmed, that was fantastic. And the players were delighted. I mean, it's added heat to this game right here, in terms of the fact that we were 8th and Fiji was 7th, and we flipped over. So we're super pleased. It is actually our highest ranking ever in the history of Welsh netball. So. Absolutely delighted with it, as you can imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to see, and it's great to see the Welsh mascot there and all the atmosphere here.
Derry's a bit of a star in his own right.
I need to meet him.
He's
soon.
Fantastic. He actually has his own fan club.
He needs his own Twitter page soon as well.
Oh, there's a thought. We'll get on that one.
There we go. Just, we're just promoting the sport even more.
Absolutely.
On new levels. How important is this event as well, as it's on the BBC? Has that changed, like, the dynamic within the squad? Is that brought a kind of another level to their game?
Do you know, I actually don't think it does. I think we're at the point where it's expected. You know, for us to have BBC coverage, it should be something that's the norm. You know, so for us to secure this in partnership with Netball Europe was a great thing to do. But actually, I actually think it's something that should become part and parcel of these events. So the girls are kind of used to it, particularly with some of the players who are involved in Super League, who have the Sky broadcasting as well. But you know, this is something that is great to have on the BBC Sport website, and obviously that's far and wide. It's not just BBC Sport Wales. So it's crucial, and it's crucial for us to maintain that working relationship with the BBC to make sure that this does become the norm, and every Netball Europe Championships is televised. There's an audience out there to watch it, and it's proven.
And long may it continue.
Absolutely.
Onwards and upwards. And talking of next year, we've got the Commonwealth Games.
Yes.
Is this a fantastic opportunity for Trish Wilson, you know, the coach, the staff, to come and watch the players here, the Welsh players here, and see how you know, connections and relationships on court to pick the squad?
Yeah, absolutely. This is key in the preparation for Commonwealth Games. You know, for all of the teams that are here. Of course, this will be an opportunity to try out any combinations, etc., and sort of see who copes well under pressure. You know, we've got a couple of youngsters in our Welsh squad as well. They've come out from our under 21, so you know, it is really important that these types of events are used to sort of see what are the strongest combinations to put us in the best possible position in our pool, ready for Com Games. So it's exciting.
Christina Shaw, she got her first cap yesterday.
Yes, yeah.
This must be so good for these young players. Obviously, they went to Botswana and competed in the World Cup, and now Netball Europe. Just practicing with the experienced players on the court can only be a great thing.
It is. It's all about that preparation for the major events. You know, and you know, with the World Cup being at home, you know, coming in 2019 in, you know, Liverpool, which is a home games, is important that we put these girls and these young women on the platform that they, one, rightly deserve, and two, will prepare them for those bigger games. You know, and particularly Commonwealth Games being in the Southern Hemisphere, where, you know, netball does have a bigger profile. We need to give them as much exposure to that as we possibly can. So yeah, this is great preparation.
Great stuff. Well, thank you, Sarah, for your views, and
You're
good
welcome.
luck in the second half for Wales.
Yes, fingers crossed we carry on as we've started.
Absolutely. So just minutes away now from the second half for Wales and Fiji. Having a look at some of the social media, people getting in touch with us. Loads of support from all our fans. I will be reading them out shortly. And introducing back, we've got Nat.
Hi, I'm back.
Yay, second half predictions.
Ooh, I want to say Wales win for obvious reasons, but I do think it's going to be close. Like I say, Fiji are just getting better and better and better, and I hope it's close. If I was coaching it, I'd hope that Wales would absolutely whitewash it, because from the bench it's really scary, but from here, come on Fiji, give it a bit of a fight back and let's have ourselves a ball game. Although I do think Wales will take it.
We shall see. Bells just coming back onto the court. Wales team.
We do have a change. We have Susie Drain back on at wing defence. So Fern Davis is taken back to the bench for Wales. And we also see Chelsea Lewis entering the game at goal shooter. So Georgia Rose taken to the bench. Llewellyn has stayed on at goal attack. Very good call, in my opinion, by Trish Wilcox. Very clever coach.
First shot.
She'll be disappointed with that.
Yeah.
It's always the first deep intake of breath, that first shot.
Kahatoka finds Daveva.
It's a good punch through the middle by the goal attack just to get them down the court. Just overcooking that pass again.
They just need to settle into this second half.
Yeah, overcooked by Kyra as well, and you can see it on her face. She knows she overcooked that. Still smiling though, which is good. Cheeky high five between the two of them. There's obstructions and contact calls coming in thick and fast to start off with. Oh, well tipped. That's a great drive by the goal attack. A little slip coming in, but a great drive.
Fakula takes Fiji to 19.
Nice change direction there.
Wales. It's great to see the attacking players switching to that defensive as well.
Yeah, it's really important, isn't it, in netball? We start off that all your players understand that actually when you don't have the ball, it doesn't matter whether you're a goal shooter or a goalkeeper, you are all on defence.
Fiji take the back line. Furkasova, finds Fakula, and in it goes.
Yeah, good split there by the goal shooter and goal attack. One working base, one working top.
11 goal difference at the moment between Fiji and Wales.
Just getting a little bit of miscommunication at the moment between Lewis and Llewellyn. Llewellyn wanted to run the front then, and Lewis was popping out the front as well.
Lewis just not quite found her pace at the moment.
No, I mean, she's a quality player, and it will come, I'm pretty sure. Bodies on the line down the other end.
Great start from Fiji in this second half.
Yeah, that takes us to a 10-goal game, and this is what we were talking about. 12 goals is nothing, it's 6 turnovers, and there has been a number of turnovers in the game.
Especially at this level.
Great shot.
Fakula for Fiji. Llewellyn to Jones.
Fiji just doing a good job on defence. Just keeping like a middle space. You can see looking down there's a four box there, keeping the space.
In terms of zoning, how are Fiji playing on the court?
Yeah, really well then, just them back there. I mean, it's inconsistent, but when it's set up, it works really nicely for them. And they've just got to get the balance now between that zone and then the player running on the long ball that's forced in. Just in the last half of the game, Fiji are sat at 100% shooting stats.
Fantastic stuff from Fiji.
If they get the ball, they're scoring.
It's just getting it down there.
Wales team sat on 88% for that second quarter.
Some great stats from Nats. That rhymes. Great cheers from the crowds here at Sport Wales National Centre.
Yeah, Fiji winning this quarter now. Wales has just got to take control of it.
Lovely from Llewellyn there.
Again, just holding on to it, letting that jump go, and then having a nice calm shot to put up.
And we have a substitution. We've got Christina Shaw coming on as goalkeeper. She has replaced Morgan.
Yeah, we talked a bit about Christina at the start. Christina's a very exciting player. Still in the under-21 age bracket as well.
She's come onto this court with fire.
Yeah, she made a real impact, in my opinion, yesterday. She just moves her feet very fast, brings real intensity. And again, it's just a show of somebody who wants to make an impact and wants to be on that court. It's just a shame seeing another shot fall short for Lewis.
Llewellyn not quite sure about that call from the umpire.
I think, to be fair to Llewellyn, sometimes you get the face from her, but she's just as frustrated with herself, and it's hard to tell sometimes.
They're definitely being worked by the physical Fijians.
Yeah, it's a shame that call came, because that was a really nice screen, took Lewis straight to post. Clever there by Llewellyn as well. It's, you know, she could have taken that shot herself, but knowing that Lewis needs to get that goal in, and you can just see her there talking to her, steadying her, saying, just steady.
Great rebound from Lewis there.
It's a good partnership. It's nice play there by the Fijians again. Great shot. 9-goal game. Oh, it's going to be an exciting one. Oh,
a lovely ball into Lewis.
Beautiful ball by Llewellyn. She does that really well.
She just reads the game.
Yeah, sometimes gets a bit too overexcited, but when it's on, you can guarantee that if Sarah sees it, she will send it.
Claire on Twitter says, watching the Wales v Fiji game completely gripped here in Abu Dhabi. Hello from Cardiff to
Amazing.
Abu Dhabi.
Hi Abu Dhabi, that's awesome.
Feeling inspired, she says. Great stuff. This is what netball is all about.
We are feeling inspired too. It's definitely exciting. And don't go anywhere, because it could go any which way at the moment.
Just 10 goals between the invitational team Fiji and the host Wales.
That's good umpiring there, good spot by the umpire. Nia Jones just giving the shooter a little bit of a push off there. Cheeky little push off. But the umpire seeing it. That might well be one of the first misses that Ruth Fakula has made.
Denting, 100% stats. Nicely worked.
Moira Gomez has tweeted for us as well. She's another lady from Gibraltar that works tirelessly for netball, just saying that in her opinion Wales need to refocus to keep control of the game. Completely agree with you, Moira, completely agree with you. Sarah Watts, the umpire, just taking a little bit of control of the game now, just having a word, making sure that the players understand what's going on, and that's really important as well, especially when you've got lots of different nations and they're used to different styles of umpiring and sometimes different languages, and it's just really important that the umpires are clear, because sometimes it is just a lack of understanding as opposed to anything intentional. That's a good switch from Christina. We just need one of the defenders at the back to run on that front ball, but good play by Fiji.
Jones just struggling to find someone. Oh, great ball.
Yeah, Fiji just applying a 3-over on that centre pass, and Wales seem to be struggling a little bit just to get through it.
Oh, nicely caught by Lewis, right under the net.
Yeah, well held Chelsea Lewis, back in the groove now.
Nice little pass there by the goal shooter.
Yeah, and a great roll. And this is what we were talking about last game, about making sure you have a defender in front of each attacker. So Nia Jones is getting caught on the back. Luckily came out with the ball for Wales due to a Fiji error.
Susie Drain there. Saw her in centre earlier.
Beautifully seen there by Bethan Dyke, and good movement by Chelsea Lewis, but she'll be frustrated with not getting these goals in at the moment.
Fiji, just the defence is very strong and they're just turning it over.
It's a strong drive by the wing attacker. It's a good fight there between the two. And again, that's that attacker in front. You can't, as a defender, get stuck behind that player. You've got to keep those feet moving.
Just over 5 minutes left of this third quarter.
Oh, she was so close. The goal defence was so close. Great lift. Is that the Harrison hoist? How strong is that goalkeeper? That would definitely put you off shooting. That was almost flying. It will be exciting if we see lots of tips from that.
Nicely worked by the Fijians. Slowly creeping up to Wales' 39 goals.
Yeah, the back defence for Fiji are playing really well and just causing so much havoc and so much pressure. It's just here now where we're getting stuck again. All three players in a really small space, and there's the whole middle of the court is empty. You just need someone to punch through it. That's better. Well read, Susie Drain.
Picked up by Lewis.
Just had her feet out of court then when she played the ball, so...
Those umpires not missing anything there.
We are very lucky to have very talented umpires at this Netball Europe competition.
Oh, very quick ball from the centre. Oh, well intercepted by Jones.
Yeah, threw herself on the floor for that ball.
Fiji just not quite sure what to do with themselves.
Just a call from Nia Jones to just calm it down. After she's thrown herself on the floor to get that interception, she's probably going to want them to score off it.
And they do. Well worth the scrap.
Yeah. Back to 12 goals.
You talk about Fiji just pushing through that middle.
Yeah.
What player would you advise to
I think
do that?
Yeah, it depends where the ball is on the court really, but ideally when it's so deep, when they had it down by their defensive end, you want your wing defence or goal defence just driving hard through the court to create that space, or your wing attack, goal attack, depending on how high it is, just linking in the middle third just to create that extra option. But I mean, Wales are holding them up, so they're hitting that brick wall and playing back to, behind the ball, and you've got to get it closer to the post.
Oh, great ball.
That's a great hold by Chelsea Lewis, and really good vision by Sarah Llewellyn to see that space and to send it.
Great pressure from Wales.
Yeah, the drawing player there as well was the wing attack, so she drew three players, and the goal defence was completely free on the other side of the court, and it's just seeing who is the draw and where the space is free. Good back screen there as well by Sarah Llewellyn, holding that space for Chelsea Lewis, and a great shot. So we're back to the difference that we had at half time.
Jones. Back to Jones.
Oh, great defence by Kartoku.
Well intercepted.
Oh, that's so unlucky.
Chelsea Lewis and Llewellyn just trying to get into that spot.
Yeah, she's just the defence are moving their feet really well. When they've got the hold on them, it's going in, and when they're just not as strong on them and the defence are taking their feet off, the defence are getting ball. It's a good drive by the wing attack to circle edge. Oh, fantastic pass by the goal shooter. Beautiful play by Fiji. I think I just clapped and got lots of looks.
It's exciting. This is what we thought this game was going to be between the two teams that are so closely ranked.
Yeah.
7th and 8th.
They can be so creative when they're playing at speed, and that's another point. You know, she looked at that option and she was just watching it run through, and once you've seen an option and not given the ball, ideally you need to look somewhere else.
Just a few errors from Fiji here.
Yeah, Wales were lucky to get away with that one. Umpire just making sure they know where to set it, so whenever there's an infringement, it's where the infringement took place. So
well picked up by Fiji.
Nice long ball.
Oh, just needed a little bit more control there.
Yeah, although I'd want them to keep that speed, because when they're confident and they're keeping the speed, it is working. Just maybe prelim work a bit early so you're arriving free as opposed to holding onto the ball for longer. Oh, rolls in.
That is the end of the third quarter here. And the score is Fiji 31 goals, Wales 44. Some terrific moments from Fiji and some wonderful moments defensively and attacking from Wales. Chelsea Lewis finally got her eye in and she got some fantastic shots. Llewellyn working tightly with her as well.
Yeah, I'm really pleased actually that Llewellyn stayed on. I think she's done a really good job, and she's earned that right to stay on the court. And like you say, it's nice to see that Chelsea, I mean, we know that Chelsea's a fantastic player. We've seen her internationals before, we've seen her playing for Bath, we've seen her in Fast Fives recently. Like, she's a quality goal shooter. And it's, you know, we can't all be amazing 100% of the time, and so it's nice that she's just edging back into it now, and I'm sure that this quarter she'll just be absolutely on fire. I hope that she stays on the court. I'm sure she will, because it's important now that she's just started to get into that groove, that she stays on and really consolidates that now, because obviously moving forwards they'll be playing Scotland and then they'll be playing Wales. And Fiji, wow, just so many moments of really exciting play. They've really stepped up their defence for me this quarter. Starting to see a lot more of the goalkeeper running on ball, which is what we said we wanted to see before. And so I don't know whether that's been something that they've spoken about, you know, take some risk, go on some stuff, see what you can get. But also the shooters, the speed around the circle has just improved, that confidence in each other to just give the ball and move it quickly. And it's really hard to defend when that ball is pinging around. They've just, for me, they just need to do a little bit more on their pre-move. So by that I mean before they're ready for the ball, they're doing something to lose their defender so that they're free when the player's looking to pass it off. Because at the moment they're running very much with a player on their back, and that's when you end up with everybody in that big like hustle and players on the floor. So just a little bit more prelim work for me on attack for Fiji, but great fight back from them.
Both head coaches just sat with the teams. Vicky Wilson there, just chatting to the Fijian Pearls.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I always love watching the benches and looking how people do it. So it's interesting to see that you've got like a huddle almost around the Welsh bench. You've got all those players at the back listening in, making sure that they know what's going on. And then the Fijians a lot more laid out, and you know, knowing your players as a coach is really important. So they've obviously worked on this beforehand. You don't come to an international competition and not know your bench, and they know what works for them. So it might be that they're giving individual points if that's what works, or speaking to small units. And two high quality coaches here. I'm sure the people behind are probably trying to earwig to find out some hints and tips. I know I would be.
Yeah, who wouldn't be? And obviously Wales and Fiji coming from different regions, playing in different styles. Is there anything that Wales can take from watching Fiji and playing against Fiji today?
Yeah, I mean, you learn from every single team that you play against, and playing against this type of this type of opposition will only make them better, because it's always a different challenge. So if you're playing against someone aerial, that's completely different to playing someone who is more fast and flat. And so yeah, they'll be learning loads. Every game you learn a lot, and like you say, it's a slightly different style. It may be more physical than some of them are used to, but to be fair, a lot of these players will have been up against this type of competition before. Even the youngsters like Llewellyn, who's from the under-21s, hit Fiji in the World Youth. And you know, the game against Fiji that we played in the World Youth, we did get a bit of a battering, and a lot of them were really surprised at the physicality. So by the time you get to seniors, it's stuff that you've definitely come up across before.
Scrappy start.
Talking of physicality. But that's what you want from good players as well. You know, you want them to go for that ball. You want them to put their bodies on the line, and they're putting their bodies on their line for each other. It's interesting to see Lewis pass that ball off and not shoot from that distance. Oh, 3-second call there. It's one thing that the umpires will obviously watch out for, because of the fact that Fiji jump a lot. They can hold on to the ball sometimes to wait for that player to jump, and then calls the 3 seconds.
Christina Shaw tried to intercept, just out of reach.
You see that box that we were talking about now with Fiji, there's just like a square of them at the back. There's a great hold by Lewis, just keeping the space to one side. Goalkeeper needs to take her feet off, and we seem to have had a positional change at the back between the goal defence and goalkeeper, so mixing it up slightly for Fiji. Bring you confirmation hopefully when it comes through. Just making sure there, the umpire, that the players are where they need to be to set that penalty.
Lovely ball. Oh, just offside.
She gets the contact call though. You can see Lewis now setting up on the edge, holding the space back to post, which is nice and clever. Get herself to the post, underneath the post. She's got the height, she's got the capacity to hold that space. And again, the same as the first couple of quarters, seeing a lot of contact calls early on in the game, early on in this quarter. That's a good start for Wales though, pushing on ahead now. Fiji need to do something about this. This might be what they're doing right now. Quick change at the back.
Vicky Wilson has decided for a substitution.
And that's so important that you can do that as a coach, be able to work out the impact of the game. It could well be an injury, however, she is looking at her ankle, but you know, when you've got to stop the rot. How do you stop the rot if you're starting to go down by goal after goal after goal? There's not enough time to sit there and let it happen. Someone has to do something about it. Great rebound there.
Final quarter here.
Here they go. That's the speed. Contact call there against Shaw. She just needs to make sure she takes her feet off and moves around. Just being told to move off slightly. Good shot there by Fiji again. 15-goal game.
Can they pull it back? Is it doable?
It is doable. It is definitely doable. Never say never. But it would be a massive challenge now. You'd have to limit these goals. Yeah, good umpiring there. Chelsea Luke, she knows she's done it. She's holding onto her skirt, pulling her face. She's well aware. Just backing into her defence, trying to keep that space. Well, that's good umpiring.
Fiji very composed.
Yeah, you just watch the attacking movements at the moment. We've gone back to some one moves, so like strong one drives, and they just need to do some pre-moves, change direction, and pass ahead of the player. Nice shot there. They need to be converting these if they're going to come back hard. Make sure they take them all to goal. Oh, beautiful by Kyra Jones. Manages to keep it in. And that's just class as well by Nia Jones, making sure that she stays there. So often we get players running away from that intercepting player, but when you're off balance, you need to be able to offload it quick. Great shot, Chelsea Lewis.
Lots of cheering from the Welsh crowd here.
Nice.
Nicely worked.
That's much better.
Wales just leading comfortably now. This must put them in, good stead for their next game, coming off the back of a loss yesterday and coming here today. And
yeah, absolutely. And watching the game for the Scotland-England game this morning, that was a phenomenal game to watch. And Scotland were in contention the whole time. And there was a minute down there that we were talking about, is this going to be the time that Scotland overturn England? And so actually, this is massively important for Wales, that this is a strong game, because looking at that score this morning, I don't know if the girls will have seen it, but looking at that game this morning, they're going to face two really strong sides. Have they got the quality to beat them? Yes, they have. Can they beat them? Who knows?
Lovely work by Lewis and Llewellyn.
Yeah, good shot by Chelsea.
Just under 10 minutes left of this game.
And you can see Lewis and Llewellyn just having a chat there as well, and that's important on court too, because they haven't necessarily played together for too long. They're obviously in training camps, but a lot of these girls play for different teams, and so making sure that they are learning all the time on court as well is really important.
It's forming those connections and those bonds.
Absolutely.
But Wales are proving that they have those.
That was such nice vision from
again, Fiji goal defence just there.
She is. She's just such an exciting player for me. When I grow up, I want to play like her. I'm too old.
No.
Oh,
age is just a number.
Uh-huh.
And talking of numbers, Wales are 51 goals to Fiji's 34.
Yeah, Fiji need to really make sure they take control now. And Wales, on the flip side, just need to keep pushing on. Frustrated with that one. Nia's very frustrated with that one. She felt she got to that cleanly.
She gave it a go.
And a good screen there by Rusa Fakula on shore. Opens up the goal shoot.
Jones's work rate is phenomenal today.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that yesterday. She, a key turnover at a key point right at the end of the game. We just couldn't convert off it. Really nice quick passes by Fiji. That's what makes them so exciting. They've got the capacity to do that. And you can see, like I say, you can see the learning, and gosh.
I think over the course of this weekend, we're going to see Fiji improve.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Improve. Just gain more confidence. Playing here at the Sport Wales National Centre against these top level teams.
Yeah, this is such a good competition for them to be in, coming up to all the competitions that we have coming up in the world of netball. Nice movement there by Llewellyn. Good backup by Kyra. That's a nice drive there by the wing attack. Just that competition again between the goal attack and the goal defence. An injury there for Wales.
Yeah, Nia Jones just...
We have Claire Jones and Fern Davis on. And Susie Drain and Nia Jones take to the bench.
Fern Davis just settling into this last quarter. Always brings an ounce of dynamism.
Yeah, she's very dynamic, very... I'm not going to say dynamic again. That's what I wanted to say. And it's good to see Claire as well on the court. Claire wasn't in the 12 yesterday, so it's good to see that she features today and is getting some court time as well. Excited what we see from her in the next 6 minutes of this game. Good front run there by Llewellyn. We seem to have an umpire injury as well. We have James Thomas, who is replaced Anso Kemp. It's really important in netball. We always have, at these competitions, 3 umpires for each game. 1 a reserve umpire, just in case anything happens. And they sit throughout the whole game because consistency is very important for these players. So they can see what's happened. They know the flow of the game. They talk with each other. And so James has been called upon on this occasion. We hope that Anso is okay. James is a talent identified umpire as well by the INF.
Just over 5 minutes to go.
20-goal netball game. It's blowing out a little bit now for Fiji. Good stretch there. Oh, great interception, Fern Davies. That's what she does so well. She comes round, she takes the ball, and sometimes you don't even see her come in. Nicely worked through the court, using great width. Oh, just a shame about the shot at the end.
The snatch from Fiji there, wanting to crack on.
And again, just a little bit of lack of movement. You can see them kind of all just moving around the same place. But good punch through there by the wing attack. Good challenge by Claire Jones there. Just realised that we've got 3 Joneses and none of them are related.
Not like the Fijians.
No, who are all related.
They are. Risa Bakula.
Oh, good jump there by Fern.
3 sisters and 3 shooters as well, so I'm sure they get lots of practice in at home.
They've obviously got a post in the back garden.
Yeah, I would say.
Substitutes by Wales just seem to have brought a fresh flourish of life into the game.
Fern Davies really does that.
Yeah, she does. Nice change of direction there by Bethan Dyke. Good space as well by Chelsea. Just getting that contact call. Sarah Llewellyn looks as though she's struggling a bit. She's holding onto her chest. I'm not sure if she's got hit in the chest, but she seems to be struggling somewhat at the moment.
Just these last few minutes now for Fiji to try and convert. Effortless from Risa Bakula.
Yeah, you could see that Sarah Llewellyn was struggling with something there. I'm not sure if she took a knock that we missed, but management team quick to get her off. Carolee Mosley enters the game for the first time in this Netball Europe competition, so be good to see what she brings, but we do hope that Sarah is okay. Good double jump there by Fiji, just a little bit too close. But it's great to see the different styles of defence that they're bringing as well. You know, we've seen the one mark, we've seen the one person jump, we've seen the hoist, and now we're seeing the double jump. You know, they've got so many tools in their toolbox. Kyra Jones taking that nice and quickly. From Dyke just struggling to get it in. Lewis opens up. Great shot, Chelsea Lewis, good job. Just a little chat there between Cara and Bethan. Breaking call there for Wales means that it's a turnover ball for Fiji. Two minutes left of the game, pushed out to 23 goals. Come on, Fiji. Let's get some more in that goal. It's a good roll by Christina Shaw. is working hard to try and confuse that space on the defence. Keeping it nice and tight, forcing the shot.
Lovely stuff.
Good shot. Can they put another one on the scoreboard? There's only one offer there. Quite lucky to get the contact call. Oh, great marking, Kyra Jones.
Umpire shakes his head.
There you can see them. My ball. Nope.
Oh. Lovely fake ball there.
Yeah.
Finished off.
Good job, Reese Fakula. Cara drives in. Oh, good ball. Oh, unlucky.
Oh, into the hands.
Again, it's that first shot.
Can Fiji turn this over?
That's what Fern Davis does so well.
I love the last minute of the game when they have nothing to lose, all to play for here.
Still fighting. You know, she did that at the Netball World Youth Cup as well for the under-21s. Just a fighter.
Can Fiji get just one more within the 40 seconds? And they do.
Amazing goal attack.
Oh, they'll be pleased with that. A nice little high five there.
Yeah, but then no one was available for the centre pass. They were too busy having a cheeky high five at the layup, but to be fair, I was still watching the layup too.
Embrace it.
Great shot.
Great stuff. Just 20 seconds left.
That is great. Even with 20 seconds left, Kyra Jones is like, give me the ball. We want the centre pass. We want this goal. Every goal counts. Back screen.
It really does. Oh.
Just a fumble. 4 seconds left. Can she get it in?
And she does. Does that get count?
No, it's got to go through the ring before the buzzer, and it just had a little bit of a bobble at the top.
But nevertheless, Wales on home soil have defeated Fiji 61 goals to 40. Nats here giving a clap for all teams, of course.
Yeah, great display of netball. Such fantastic competition there. And you know what, like we say, it was anyone's ball game up until the last quarter. It's a shame for Fiji that the last quarter blew out, but what a fight and what fantastic competitors. Great game to watch.
It was a really, really great match. A comfortable win for Wales, but Fiji can be proud of their performance today.
Absolutely. I'm sure their coach is more than proud with that. You know, loads of things to work on, but there always is. Coaches are never 100% pleased, so they'll be going back to the drawing board, and they are grafters. They work hard.
So tonight they'll be going back to their hotels, looking at analysis, seeing what they can do for tomorrow's game.
Yeah, I mean, they were out here this morning and warming up playing touch rugby. You know, these ladies are definitely hard workers. They will be having one-to-ones, I'm sure, looking at what they can improve on, and they'll come back fighting.
So thank you at home for watching, and to all those who have contacted us on Twitter. Don't stop the conversation. We would love to hear from you, and using that hashtag #AnyEurope. We'll be back at 8 p.m. tonight with more live coverage. How exciting, as England takes on Northern Ireland. So goodbye from all of us here. Thanks, Nat.
Thank you. Great game.
Goodbye from us in Cardiff.